now, and what I'd like to do is, I mentioned earlier that this is a special occasion, and the presentation of the award that recognizes what you do here at Corpus Christi every single day. The Donald F. Luce Depot Maintenance Artisan of the Year Award was sponsored by Quad A and is presented annually to the person who has made outstanding individual contributions to Army Aviation in the area of depot maintenance during the awards period encompassing July 1st through June 30th each year. The importance of this is its recognition by one's leadership for what that individual has done. And what you will always find is that individual end up coming up and saying, I'm part of a team, it's everybody else. But I will tell you, it's incumbent upon leaders to take the time to recognize excellence. And so I would ask that because this is named after Donald F. Luce, that we would roll the video, please.
For over 50 years, Lieutenant Colonel Donald F. Luce dedicated himself to improving and sustaining an Army aviation program that could fully support the U.S. Army in peace and war. Don learned to fly at the age of 16, and in 1942, at 17 years of age, he joined the Civil Air Patrol and flew submarine watch as a pilot and observer. In the 1950s, he served in U.S. Army Europe and is credited for establishing the Heidelberg Army Airfield. He was then assigned to what later became known as the U.S. Army Aviation and Troop Command. From
1959 to 1961, he sought and obtained approval for the Army to assume from the U.S. Air Force the capability to research, develop, and procure its own aircraft. And so, in 1961, he was part of the team which secured approval for the Army to have its own depot maintenance facility, now known as the Corpus Christi Army Depot. Lieutenant Colonel Donald F. Luce was the first Director of Maintenance at the Corpus Christi Army Depot and was responsible for depot maintenance support of all Army aircraft during the critical years of the Vietnam War. During those years, he initiated numerous support programs such as the spectrometric oil analysis, in-house overhaul of aircraft and components, and retrograde of battle-damaged aircraft.
In 1969, he retired with a well-deserved reputation as a mover and a shaker, a man who got things done. Even in his retirement years, he continued to support Army aviation. After his move to St. Louis, he represented Avco Lycoming, the prime producer of T-53 and T-55 turbine engines. Over the years, he established 3 Quad A chapters and served as the president for each. He co-founded the annual Quad A Product Support Symposium and served as governor of the Quad A Scholarship Foundation.
Lieutenant Colonel Donald F. Luce made a significant impact in Army aviation depot maintenance, and so it is fitting that an award be created in reflection of his selfless contribution, veracity, and commitment to excellence. Sponsored by the Quad A, this national award is presented to the person who has made an outstanding individual contribution to Army aviation in the area of depot.
Okay, in the area of depot maintenance. I can finish the sentence. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, we are honored that Congressman Mike Cloud could join us. Sir, welcome. And we did, in fact, talk about you while you were gone. I mentioned to everybody that I was awfully impressed that a man that has so many demands on his time keeps his life in balance and took your child to school this morning, and I think everybody was impressed. So well done, sir. I will, with that, I would ask you to please come up. Bill, I'd ask you, and Gail, I'd ask you to please join me on stage. We'll get everybody set here. All right, there we go. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, the winner for the 2018 Donald F. Luce Depot Maintenance Artisan of the Year Award is Sergeant Cameron P. Renth, Company F, Task Force 1160th, Special Operations Aviation Regiment, Airborne, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. center. We'll kind of move up, get on either side of it. All right.
The Donald F. Luce Depot Maintenance Artisan Award is presented to Sergeant Cameron P. Renth, Company F, Task Force, 1st 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, Airborne, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Citation: the work that Sergeant Cameron P. Renth has accomplished over the past year as an airframe structural repairer in the F Company Allied Shops Platoon of the 1st 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, SOAR, Airborne, is without compare and makes him the most sought-after master of his craft in Army Special Operations Aviation. His company supports a rapidly deployable Special Operations Task Force with many non-standard aircraft modifications that require sheet metal and airframe skills far beyond the range of a typical aviation maintenance company worker. His duties require him to conduct numerous intermediate to depot level repairs, and since arriving to his battalion 4 years ago, he has provided world-class structural airframe repair expertise. Within the last year, Sergeant Renth conducted over 100 maintenance engineering calls, MECs, on more than 10 types of MECs, 4 separate depot-level damage repairs, 2 of which resulted from battle damage, and 2 from serious aircraft accidents, and countless unit-level repairs while assisting others in his shop. Additionally, he deployed in support of Operation Inherent Resolve and participated on 6 temporary duty training exercises. Sergeant Renth's accomplishments and contributions clearly identify him as the 2018 Quad A Donald F. Luce Depot Maintenance Artist of the Year.
Ladies and gentlemen, Congressman Cloud has something he would also like to present. So, would you like to make a couple remarks, Sergeant Renth?
Well, just like General Munt said, I'm going to take this opportunity to thank my team. Nothing can be done with just one person. I just appreciate everything that they've done for me, teaching me and guiding me. And I'd also like to, first and foremost, thank my wife for all the support that she's given me and all those late nights when she was home alone. And as well as my leadership for recognizing me and taking time out of their busy schedules to put this together for me.
Before we go to the next step, I do want to take a minute. Rebecca, I'm going to embarrass you, but would you please stand up? Let me tell you something. There's nobody in our business that does not marry well above anything they deserve. This is specifically true. I spent some time last night with Rebecca, but we are so fortunate to have you as part of our family. I know Night Stalkers don't quit. You got a lot of Night Stalkers sitting over there, but thank you so much for what you do. I would also make mention that kind of to his surprise, but we had First Sergeant Bryston Manitin and Sergeant First Class Cole Wells that flew in to be here from his chain of command. If they could stand up. Okay. With that, I thank everybody on stage, but I would ask.